The tension in Los Angeles was palpable as the Dodgers began their NLCS journey with a nail-biting victory that tested every nerve in the stadium. It wasn't the clean, dominant win fans had hoped for, but in the postseason, style points don't matter, only survival does. The Dodgers managed to hold on for a 4-3 victory, narrowly escaping what could have been a disastrous collapse in the ninth inning. From the first pitch, it was clear that this wasn't going to be an ordinary game. The energy inside Dodger Stadium was electric, filled with hope, anxiety, and the hum of playoff adrenaline. Fans came to see their heroes shine, especially Shohei Ohtani, the two-way superstar whose presence alone transforms every moment into must-watch television. But this time, Ohtani would find himself on the quieter side of the spotlight. In his two at-bats, Ohtani couldn't find his rhythm, going hitless as the opposing pitchers attacked him with sharp breaking balls and well-located fastballs. His timing seemed just a tick off, perhaps a combination of nerves and fatigue from the long season. Still, even when he's not producing offensively, Ohtani's mere presence changes the dynamics of a game. Pitchers work around him, and defenses adjust for his every movement. While Ohtani struggled at the plate, it was the Dodgers pitching staff that carried the weight early on. The starting pitcher set the tone, working efficiently through the first few innings, mixing his pitches with poise and confidence. Each strikeout drew roars from the crowd, and for a while, it felt like Los Angeles had everything under control. But baseball is never predictable, especially in October. A single misstep, a hanging slider, or a bloop single can shift the momentum completely. Midway through the game, the Dodgers' defense was tested when a deep drive to center field nearly cleared the wall. The outfielder made a leaping grab at the track, saving what could have been a game-changing home run. It was one of those moments that reminds everyone, luck and effort both matter in October baseball. Meanwhile, the Dodgers' offense managed to piece together enough runs to build a comfortable lead, highlighted by a clutch two-out double in the fifth inning that drove in 2 runs. The dugout erupted in celebration as the players leaned over the railing, fists pumping, believing they had created enough breathing room. Then came the ninth inning, and the arrival of Roki Sasaki, the new Japanese sensation who had recently been dubbed the Dodgers' new closer. His name had been spreading like wildfire through MLB circles, known for his 100-mile-per-hour fastballs and icy demeanor on the mound. Fans were eager to see him seal the win in classic fashion. Sasaki took the mound with a calm that bordered on eerie. His first few pitches sizzled past the batter, clocking in at triple digits on the radar gun. The crowd was on its feet, ready to witness the coronation of a new postseason hero. But baseball, as always, had other plans. After a quick strikeout, Sasaki began to lose command. A walk here, a bloop single there, suddenly, the tying run was on base. The Dodgers dugout, once filled with confidence, fell silent. Manager Dave Roberts paced nervously near the dugout steps, watching every pitch with the intensity of a man who knew how quickly October dreams can unravel. The next batter lined a screaming double down the left field line. 1 run scored, then another. What had been a comfortable lead turned into a heart-stopping 1-run game. Sasaki's composure was tested like never before. Fans who had been cheering moments ago were now holding their breath, praying that the rookie could hold on. Sasaki stepped off the mound, took a deep breath, and glanced toward the Dodgers infielders. They gave him a reassuring nod. The next pitch was everything: high stakes, high pressure, and the weight of an entire city on his shoulders. He fired a fastball right on the corner, and the batter swung through it for strike 3. The stadium erupted. It wasn't pretty, but it was enough. Sasaki had survived the storm, earning his first postseason save despite giving up 2 runs. As he walked off the field, the crowd gave him a standing ovation. He bowed slightly toward the fans, a quiet gesture of gratitude and relief. For the Dodgers, this game served as a stark reminder that in the postseason, nothing comes easy. Every out is a battle, and every mistake can be magnified. Still, a win is a win, and taking Game 1 gives Los Angeles the momentum they desperately wanted. Ohtani, despite his struggles, remained upbeat in the post-game interactions with teammates. He congratulated Sasaki with a smile, understanding exactly how much pressure his countrymen had faced. That's what playoffs are, Ohtani seemed to say without words, moments of near disaster that define greatness. Reporters in the clubhouse noted that Ohtani stayed behind after the game, working with the hitting coach to fine-tune his swing. His determination was unshaken. Everyone around him knew that in 0-4 night was just a temporary setback. Ohtani has always responded to adversity with quiet fire. Fans, too, remained confident. Social media buzzed with clips of Sasaki's fastballs and debates about whether Ohtani would break out in Game 2. The narrative was already forming, Japan's two biggest baseball stars, both in Dodgers blue, writing a new chapter together under the bright lights of October. What made the victory even more significant was how fragile it felt. The Dodgers had flirted with disaster but found a way to persevere. In the postseason, that resilience often makes the difference between a championship team and an early exit. Baseball analysts praised Sasaki's poise, noting that every great closer faces that baptism by fire moment. He now had his. And though his outing wasn't flawless, it revealed something crucial: he could handle the pressure. Meanwhile, Ohtani's quiet night wasn't seen as a disappointment but as the calm before the storm. Fans have watched him long enough to know that when he's silent one night, he often roars the next. Game 2 might very well be his redemption story. In the dugout, the chemistry between the Japanese duo was evident. Cameras caught Ohtani and Sasaki sharing a light laugh after the game, a moment of relief that transcended statistics. It was a powerful image, two generational talents carrying the hopes of their homeland and their team on their shoulders. The Dodgers manager, in his post-game comments, called the win a character test. He praised Sasaki for grinding through adversity and credited the entire bullpen for staying locked in. "We bent," he said, "but we didn't break." As fans exited the stadium, many were still buzzing about what they had witnessed. It wasn't just another win, it was the kind of chaotic, emotional roller coaster that defines October baseball. It reminded everyone why they watch, why they cheer, why they believe. The night also showed that Ohtani and Sasaki, despite being in different phases of their careers, share the same unshakable mindset: composure under pressure. Ohtani's calm at the plate and Sasaki's recovery on the mound echoed the same philosophy: stay steady, no matter the storm. There's something almost poetic about the Dodgers' current narrative. A team built on both experience and fresh energy, a balance of veterans who've been there and young players writing their first postseason stories. The Japanese media, naturally, highlighted the samurai spirit of the night, how Sasaki refused to crumble, and how Ohtani's quiet leadership continued to inspire his teammates. In Japan, the morning headlines praised their composure and hinted at destiny. Even rival fans had to admit, the Dodgers, though shaky, looked dangerous. If this is them under pressure, imagine what they'll be like when everything clicks. Sasaki's outing, in hindsight, might become a defining moment of his MLB journey. Every great closer, from Rivera to Kimbrel, has a story of barely hanging on, and Sasaki just added his chapter. For Ohtani, the focus shifts to Game 2. Analysts predict he's due for a big breakout, especially given his track record of bouncing back after hitless games. When Ohtani adjusts, pitchers usually pay the price. As the lights dimmed over Dodger Stadium and the field emptied, there was a sense of quiet satisfaction mixed with lingering tension. The Dodgers had escaped with a win, but they knew the margin for error was razor thin. Ohtani lingered near the dugout, gazing toward the outfield as the last of the crowd filtered out. Maybe he was reflecting on missed opportunities. Or maybe, just maybe, he was visualizing the next moment when he'd step to the plate and deliver when it mattered most. The story of Game 1 wasn't just about numbers, it was about heart, resilience, and the thin line between triumph and heartbreak. It was about a new hero finding his place, and a superstar preparing for his next act. The Dodgers didn't dominate, they endured. And in October, that's often what it takes to become champions. As Los Angeles turns its eyes to Game 2, one thing is certain: with Ohtani hungry to rebound and Sasaki proving he can stand tall under pressure, this postseason has only just begun. The City of Angels held its breath tonight and exhaled in victory. But deep down, every fan knows, the drama, the emotion, the fight, it's far from over. The Dodgers live to fight another day, and if this game was any indication, they're ready for whatever chaos the postseason brings next.